You think water damage is expensive until it turns into a lawsuit. I'm talking about someone I actually know. This happened to a friend of mine out in Fort Wayne, and the way it played out is exactly why this isn't about repairs and it's about control. He's on the top floor unit and water starts coming through the ceiling in one of the bedrooms. It's not pouring down, just enough to leave a spot, so he reported it. Maintenance comes out and takes a look and even opens it up a little. And you can already see the drywall is soaked and holding weight. He tells my friend's girl straight up it looks bad and could fall. He even helps her move some of the stuff out of the room. And this is the part that gets most people in trouble. Everybody involved knew it was bad. Still, nothing locked in after that. Nobody shut the room down. Nobody moved them out. Nobody stepped in and took control of what happens next. So my friend does what most people naturally do when there's no clear direction. He starts managing around it. They put a bucket down, and now it becomes routine. Check it, empty it, stay out the room, keep living life as if the place is fine. Meanwhile, the ceiling is still taking on water, still getting heavier and weaker. And nobody is stopping what's actually building. Then he comes home one day, walks into the room to check the bucket like he's been doing, and the entire ceiling comes down on him. Drywall hits him across the back, up and around his neck and his head. And from that moment forward, everything changes. He's dealing with injuries, going to physical therapy and missing work. And now there's an attorney involved because this didn't come out of nowhere. It was seen, it was acknowledged, and it was left to keep developing. It doesn't stop there though. It wasn't even moved. He wasn't even moved right away. He had to leave and stay somewhere else while the unit sits unlivable and has taken over 2 weeks before they even had another place ready. So what started as water through a ceiling is now a full situation, medical, legal, and financial. And you're easily looking at six figures. And if you really think about it, it could have been worse. Now here's where you need to lock in. That didn't turn into a disaster when the ceiling fell. It turned into a disaster when nobody took control when it first was seen. That's where this breaks. Situations don't explode, they develop. And when there's no system, everything gets decided in the moment. You look at it, you try to judge it, then you decide if it can wait. And that creates time. Inside that time, problems keep moving. That's exactly what happened here. That ceiling kept absorbing water and the material kept weakening and getting closer to collapse, while people were managing around it instead of shutting it down. Tenants don't treat early signs as urgent on their own. They move based on what they've seen. If small issues usually sit, they let it sit. If early reports don't trigger action, they adjust. The bucket avoid the water on the floor. That behavior only changes when the outcome becomes predictable. So you make the outcome predictable. Water coming through a ceiling is not something you monitor. That's a safety trigger. That means the response is already decided. The room gets shut down immediately. The tenant is out the space right then. If there's any uncertainty, they're out of the unit for the night and placed somewhere safe. You secure the area so nobody is under it. You stop the source before anything else continues. Then you deal with the repairs. Same situation, totally different outcome. No injury, attorneys, no weak displacement, and the big one, no six-figure problem. And once tenants see that one time, they don't wait the next time. They report it because they know already. That's the shift. Train, protect, prosper. That's the gold mine way. You train what matters early so nobody has to guess. You protect the situation before it turns. And that's how you avoid paying for problems that never needed to develop. I teach before I tax. I partner before I punish. I build people, therefore, I protect property. That's what determines how situations play out. Because when people are clear on what happens next, they don't wait. And when they don't wait, problems don't get a chance to become what you just saw. So so when you think about the ceiling, don't focus on the collapse. Focus on the moment it was first seen. That's where the entire outcome was decided. If you wait until it's obvious, you're already paying for it. Decide early and act the same way every time, and you don't end up here in the first place.